I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you. So all of this just feels like projecting a lot of shit onto me.
Welcome to Stream This, where we stream shows to let you know if you should
stream this.
I'm JP Lambiase.
I'm Aaron Briggs.
And I'm Chris.
So, just off the bat, we did stream She-Hulk episode 1. We gave it the 15-minute rule. That's a rule we have where if 15 minutes we're not completely engaged, we turn off. Well, guess what? We were 17 minutes in, didn't even know that it hit 17 minutes because that's how rivetingly awesome this show is.
Yeah,
dude,
it was surprisingly good.
Yeah, I still think we're in like the third minute. Like, I gotta give them credit for the pacing.
One thing that I might have a little critique on is maybe the weight of issues and problems for this lawyer. So the main character is, you have this, I don't even know her name. Do they address it in the...
It's like Jennifer.
Okay, we have the main protagonist, Jennifer, who's a lawyer. She clearly has worked very hard to become a lawyer and is in a lot of debt.
Return to my career that I have spent years building. Use my law degree that I am still paying off a fortune in student loans for.
So this is her,
and it's very clear because the first second of the show shows her in a lawyer's office.
Absolutely. And doing very powerful things like vocally
standing.
Yeah, she stood. Well, no, she stood. She stood for something.
Right.
And I don't know what else would you have to say? She that's her struggle. She's in debt. She needs to pay her student loans.
Right.
It's
which we find out.
Very relatable.
Yeah, we find that out 18 minutes into the show that's her struggle is that she has crippling debt.
I mean, and as far as character development goes, that is probably the extent of it.
Yeah, I mean, who needs character development, bro? Character development is just old news. Like, just get right to the character. It's developed. This says character developed.
Yeah, I guess you're right. She's a lawyer in debt, and her cousin is Bruce Banner.
Her cousin's Bruce Banner, dude. Her cousin Vinny.
Bruce Jenner, your cousin. Just close your eyes and breathe, all right?
To tell you everything.
Yeah,
dude.
And they talk about Captain America.
Her cousin Brucey. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I love how the opening segment is a good 3-minute monologue of a Reader's Digest version of Captain America.
My theory.
Oh, God.
Steve Rogers did not have a girlfriend before he went into the service.
Oh, you're talking about in the car. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought when she first broke the fourth wall and she's just like,
Oh, no.
you're probably wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that. It's true. I am a Hulk.
Let me tell you.
Like, no one was wondering that. Like, you're in a lawyer office. Yeah. Let me guess, law school. Please don't flash back to law school. Yeah. We do not want to see that.
Like, hi, I'm already a Hulk. let's find out.
I would have really, if you really wanted to develop her, she could have easily started, like way back. Yeah. Like, I would have been interested in to see maybe some flashbacks of the Hulk before he became the Hulk and her interaction with Bruce Banner before he was even the Hulk, right? But
That's true.
Obviously they decided to let's abort all that. Let's just go straight into a very, very quick origin story. The origin story being they get into the spaceship jars their vision, and then the car rolls so many times that any normal person probably would have needed a medical assistance immediately.
Yeah. And she didn't, but the Hulk did. So it's really like the Hulk was very fortunate that she was there and went to law school and knew how to get out of the car and help him
unscathed.
Yeah,
completely.
Yeah.
And then also I love how her origin story is like how you would catch like an STD.
Jen, get away from me. I'm bleeding. Get away.
You know, like she what did she do? She's just like she ripped her arm in the same place he did, and she just like poured blood into his gaping wound, and then now she's a Hulk.
What would have been a worse like option would have been like if she needed to turn into Hulk to like fight the aliens that had just appeared out of nowhere. So like the Hulk had to give her his blood so that she turns in and saves saves the day or saves herself from the aliens. Instead, it's just like completely random, which is way better. The writers really know what they're doing.
But it's just like, have you ever gotten hurt?
No.
Like, have you ever bled before? How often have you ever bled around someone else onto them? When have you ever done that? Ever? Under any, like, what circumstance are you bleeding on someone else?
I get it. I get it, but I mean, like, even just the nitty details of this show bothered me. Like, for example, let's look at these Cheetos with the chopsticks, right? Now that's
really bothering.
It's cute, whatever. I've been doing this forever, and she gets credit for being a genius for this. Cheetos with and you would think that maybe the only reason this scene exists is because later when they're training, they're both eating Cheetos with chopsticks. So what a cute callback! I just have to mention how it really it really got me in the feels.
I mean, I kind of did like the Cheetos with chopsticks bit.
Yeah, but you haven't been doing it for years like JP.
I haven't.
But let's be honest, the writers here, they probably invented it and somehow like told JP about it years ago.
Oh, look
Like,
at
the
her
writers are
save.
geniuses.
Look at her. Okay, look at her save the Hulk from the wreckage. I love this.
Yeah,
I love
she's
it.
acting already like the
She's
Hulk.
not a Hulk yet.
Yeah.
But she's a hero.
Yeah,
And I think that's what they're trying to portray here.
She's the hero we need, not the one we deserve.
Yeah. She's not only is she a hero, but when she was training with the Hulk, she really just wanted to callously not listen to someone with a lot of experience and just go back home as a liability.
She knows better.
She knows better.
What is the Hulk doesn't know anything.
Well, you're forgetting though, she's a woman, so naturally
We have to be careful.
Yeah, yo, chill, dog.
Be careful.
I-
Don't say the
mention
W
that.
word.
I'm 100% sincere. This woman knew what she was doing, and she sees an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
She was afforded the same power as a man, and she used that power to do whatever the heck she wanted to do.
I just want to know. Listen, hear me out. If it's that easy for her to be infected and turn into the Hulk creature,
So easy.
why isn't any antagonist try to grab Hulk and be like, "Give me your fucking power"? You know what I mean? Like he'd be so sought out after.
They did say they had special genes that allow them to absorb the gamma
Radiation.
Oh,
She had
absorbed
okay.
the gamma
all right.
radiation.
Good to know. It's got to be in the blood.
You got to be special. You got to keep it in the family, Game of Thrones style.
Got it. That completely
Also,
legitimizes the entire scene.
I just don't get why the Hulk is bleeding from a car accident.
Yeah.
Like a car have these writers seen the movies? Like what other things he's been in?
Yeah.
Like literally crashing into a spaceship into Manhattan.
Yeah, like car accident. No, that's the limit.
So this scene is interesting. She turns into Hulk, she morphs, and now she just ends up at some dive bar. And I honestly think this whole scene doesn't need to exist. Let's just play out the scene. Basically, what happens is she goes in there, she looks disheveled, some girls get her all made up, and then some guys kind of gawk at her. What is it called? Catcall her.
Catcall.
And then she kind of beats them up, and the scene's over. That's it.
We're just being friendly. Yeah, where you going? So what? You too good to talk to us?
Yeah.
That's all the scene is. What did it provide for the context of the show?
For me, it really showed me how strong she was and brave.
Yeah, very brave. And man, dude, the thing is, later in the show, she says, like, I know how to control my anger because I've been catcalled forever. So they put a scene where she didn't control her anger after being catcalled right before that. So
But look how scared these guys get.
Yeah.
When she transforms.
Right.
It's probably a kink for a couple of them, though.
Probably.
That might increase the catcalling. I don't think she's thought this through.
This whole scene, it just seems so contrived. It also like plays off of too many tropes I've seen. And there's no weight. I don't feel urgency. I don't feel fear from her. We already know she's the Hulk. We already can probably predict this whole scene out. They're going to get her scared. Emotion's going to come out. She's going to turn into a thing. She's going to beat them up in some hopefully exciting, entertaining way. And then that'll be the end of the scene.
Yeah. Right, but she doesn't. At the last second, she becomes a Hulk, and then Hulk tackles her to prevent her from hulking out.
Wait, I thought she she just screams.
Yeah,
Screams and punch.
And then
that.
bam.
Scene's over. Scene's over.
She said, like, it would have been crazy if she like actually just gave them her number, like that, or like her attorney card.
So what I'm seeing in this scene is the writers are like, we don't have a budget for a fight scene right now. Hulk will just tackle her, end scene, no fight scene, no choreograph, right? And then also Bruce Banner, played by Mark Ruffalo, right? He shows up in the beginning in the car scene that he got paid for that one scene. The rest of the show, he's CGI Hulk, meaning Mark Ruffalo could just voice over from, I don't know, whatever cabana he's living in.
That's a good theory. I endorse that theory.
Which, we got to be honest, if Disney Plus is going to be pounding out so much goddamn Marvel content, their dollars are probably bleeding. They don't have the budgets for the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they
can't have an A-lister like Mark Ruffalo every second of the episode.
Like Captain America, whatever the other one was. I didn't even watch it. I just know that they teased.
And it was really pivotal when she wakes up that day. The day she turned into the Hulk for the first time, she just so happened to be wearing a potato sack that was loose enough to not rip apart from her body when she hulked out. And I thought that was really smart writing that she was wearing such a loose-fitting burqa for that particular event.
Oh, and then she sees a Led Zeppelin shirt. That's when she changes.
Love it.
So, I don't know. Maybe that's just like a reference. That's it? Just a little reference for the Led Zeppelin? Oh, and then, like, here we go. Nostalgia bait, guys. Nostalgia bait. You got a
Iron Man.
It basically is like this house full of Easter eggs for us to feast our eyes on.
Yeah.
Because that'll be an easy way to win us over.
That's the hammock from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like, wrong throwbacks in this show.
Look at me, I'm a citizen of the world.
And then, of course, we get to see the lair, which, honestly, I dug it. I dug the digs.
Yeah, also, I didn't appreciate the typical female passive-aggressive. She was like, wow, Tony gave you this tiny little lab, dude. It's a huge underground
amazing.
Bunker. What do you mean little? How
dude.
many huge underground bunkers is she seeing that one looks tiny to her?
No,
you know
it could
what I
have
mean?
been bigger, and she deserves bigger. And you're wrong because you're a guy, dude. She come on, Tony really skimped out. If Tony knew She-Hulk was being written, he would have made a bigger one.
He would have made a bigger bunker.
Can we also point out that she is in fact in Mexico, right?
Yeah, Mexico.
Which is not walking distance to her job or where her life is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, because she just drives off into the wilderness without like a Southwest ticket or
Yeah, the implication
Well, she
is
drives
that
away. Yeah.
she drove
just
away.
drove
So
back
where are you
home.
where are you gonna go? Oh, I guess she could she drive back home?
over the border.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
Mexico's not an island.
Okay. Yeah, fair
Mexico
enough.
is attached.
I'm no geographer.
But where is she though?
Well, you
California?
you said Mexico.
No, I'm talking about
wait. The country, Mexico?
no, like where, like in the
Yeah, no, where's her job? That's a good.
Maybe it was Mexico
question.
City.
yeah. Okay, let's just say that they're not that far away.
Yeah, maybe she's in like Vegas or something.
I can
It's
accept
literally
that.
a border away.
I can accept that.
Maybe she's in like Nevada.
Where's Marvel? Where are all
Headquarters.
these people chilling in Marvel World?
Okay, so basically, as the story progresses, our main protagonist is having problems coping with the fact that she is now the Hulk, and
You said multi-year?
About 15 years, give or take.
15
Our
years?
top priority is to control when you turn.
Bruce is like, "Listen, you're the Hulk. You have to deal with this," and she's completely against it. So this is her story arc. Her story arc is like, I don't want to be the superhero. I don't want to be the Hulk. I resisted at all costs. This isn't for me. I want to be a lawyer. That's her story arc that she has to overcome right now.
Yeah, I mean, she's got debt. Like, I don't know what superheroes, how they get paid. And that's the thing, bro. The Hulk doesn't understand what debt is. Like, he's not experiencing the same thing. So she's got to do her own thing. And Biden hasn't forgiven the student loans yet. So.
Oh, right?
Yeah, this
Dude,
is before
the
student
pardon,
loans.
because
if it was after, totally different show, bro.
totally different show. If they
totally
pardoned her student loans,
Then she would be a superhero.
She'd be a superhero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy
It's that easy.
cheesy.
Biden, get with it, guys. Come on.
Bro.
We need more stimulus checks. We need more.
Here's a rule. Here's a law I'd pass. If you're the Hulk, no student loan debts.
And then weed being legal, you were gonna release all these prisoners into the wild. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and make more lawyers.
Yeah, more
Give them
lawyers.
more work. Give them more work.
So here she is dealing with it, eating a bunch of pancakes like a buffoon. This 14-year-old Disney Plus humor is really bringing me back to my youth when I used to.
It's a little bit too old. I prefer even younger humor.
Yeah,
like that's,
yeah.
It's a little Even Stevens.
It's a bit on the nose. Like I'm surprised there's not sound effects like a boing, yoing, 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 yoing. You know what I mean? Like that would really add to like.
There might have been.
Like I want a fight sequence that has that noise.
They did pull back the
coconut.
coconut tree. That did happen.
Is that a volleyball?
He got hit in the face with some coconuts, broke his glasses.
Oh, and look at his syllabus that he brings out.
Syllabus. This is the best.
Yeah.
This contraption.
This torture device.
Yeah, this torture chamber. Like, this is an expensive way to torture somebody.
Yeah.
Like, I get Tony's got infinite money, and maybe, like, he made this because he thought it'd be, like, kind of funny for himself. So I'm going to forgive this. So this other part, I know we have to suspend belief a little bit here, but this is expensive, right? And Bruce is a genius, supposedly.
Yeah.
But he puts her in his torture chamber with this very expensive headset. Mm-hmm. And this headset just gets completely destroyed. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't understand it. Like, he knows what happens when Hulk turns Hulk.
Right, yeah.
So why the hell can she get out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little
like, what's the point of this chamber?
Literally, what was the point of the chamber? I thought it was to have a contained space for her to Hulk out without destroying anything.
But destroy the fun saw contraption blade thing.
Yeah.
That Jigsaw spent all this time making.
Right.
The helmet wouldn't blow up when she got bigger, but... Yeah. Maybe he underestimated. Maybe every other Hulk it would have contained, but she's the She-Hulk, and so she's always better.
You know what would have made this scene really great? Because they want to go so meta on us, right? It would have been great if she kind of looked at the camera and been like, wouldn't this have been more convenient if I was in a Saw movie? And it literally zaps her in a Saw movie, and they're like, I like to play a little game. You have to get the key out of it. And she's like, just does it real quickly and like breaks the jaw-breaking contraption off her face. And she goes, see, I'm the She-Hulk.
You're trying to get out of debt by putting people in jail. Now, for once, you will be put in jail. First, make money to get out of it. And she's like, what are you talking about?
I love this movie. I love this show.
This is great.
Every beat of it. Like, it's weird, oddly...
It's
I was oddly drawn in. I was locked.
I think my new rankings are She-Hulk number 1 and then Avengers Infinity War number 2. Like, I think that's my new ranking, you know?
I didn't feel any...
Sue me, you know? Like, it's all right.
I didn't feel any lulls. Like, I know it sounds crazy, and we might be, slightly...
So this is like the third time in the Marvel movies where the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, has said a cringy, like... Gen Z line, not ironically, or even ironically. Like in the other movie, he was dabbing and like taking selfies, and then in here, he's like, "Bruh, you're a 40-year-old man."
The bra was rough.
Don't say "bruh."
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, bro.
Don't do it even ironically. And don't do it if it's a sitcom with Macaulay Culkin and or Fred Savage, and it's the Wonder Years. Don't say "bruh," even if you're the dad wearing the long stockings and your pants up to your belly button. Don't do it. It's cringy and not in the way that you're intending. It's not good. It's not a good look.
I felt like even though like he was saying it and they had infinite time to like say it, it still felt like he was cringing saying it. You know what I mean? Like the way even the delivery was
painful.
I think he slipped it out because he didn't really want to. So here we got a huge so this montage. He's training her, but one thing that we noticed watching this was that she didn't really. It wasn't like a montage of her progressing and getting better.
No,
it was just a montage of her just nailing it every time. Which I think is awesome.
I love that.
Because, like, why struggle?
Dude, struggle is overrated. Like,
it is.
It builds too much, like like emotion. Like I don't want to care that much about her.
Exactly. Actually, I thought they should have gone further with it. I thought they should have played that famous song, I can do anything, you can do better.
Wait, Aaron, wait, everybody. Isn't this everyone's favorite line? Wait, let me just play everyone's favorite line here.
Okay.
Oh, when she's like,
man. It just clicked what this show reminded me of. It reminded me of the next Karate Kid. When he's training Hilary Swank, and he just like, women, I don't get women, Miyagi don't understand women. Sorry, Julie-san, walking on you.
Wait,
like,
Hilary Swank from $1 Million Baby?
Why do you?
Is that a crossover universe?
Yeah. Why do you sound like Sebulba from episode 1?
I don't know.
Your Jedi tricks don't work.
Your Jedi tricks don't work on me. Your Jedi trick don't work on me.
Yeah, you were doing it perfect.
That's what I was trying to be. Hey. Where's Jar Jar Binks? He is such a lovable character. All right.
Yeah. Okay, Speaking of lovable characters, let's get back to
let's get back to being able to drink as much as you want and not get drunk.
Our bodies metabolize alcohol at an incredibly fast rate, which means that we can drink so much and not get drunk.
But you can get buzzed.
You can get buzzed and have a massive hangover.
And have a massive hangover. So like,
what is the good part here?
Also, like, you can get drunk, you can get buzzed. Not being Hulk. Like, I don't understand the advantage.
Yeah.
I don't get it either.
What's drunk versus buzzed? Where's the...
And also, look at this barrel. Can we stop? Can we also mention this stack of empty bottles?
Oh, yeah.
They don't look like they're chugging, like when like an elephant eats peanuts, it just like inhales them, and then you can believe that they would inhale it.
You're so right.
They're sipping, they're casually drinking, and Disney, I'm ashamed with you promoting binging like this. I get that you're not getting drunk, but other people are gonna watch this and they're gonna drink like that. And they're like, I'm like the Hulk, and then they get alcohol poisoning and die.
True. That's true.
Liability, Disney, liability. That surprised me.
And then they had that large burp scene. I thought that was very impactful. I thought it was a bonding moment when they burped at the same time, and then the sun came up on the next day as their burps echoed. I thought that was a good analogy for camaraderie.
Camaraderie, like cultural diffusion.
Right.
Also, there's a couple body, you know what I mean? I think I heard a couple farts. You know what I mean? They mentioned farting.
Yeah, they did mention farting.
Yeah, so, I mean, you got to have a couple of those.
That's true. That's got to be in there. It's all part of the character development.
So here we are. Next day, she's got a hangover, and I think her story arc's coming into play here, right?
Yeah.
Isn't she trying to be doing more, or no? She's not. She actually.
The story arc. Yeah, it's less arc and more just there.
More, she just really wants to get out of here.
Yeah, that's the arc. Is how can she get out of this story development?
She denies any consequence. She accepts zero accountability. She accepts zero responsibility.
Why should she, dude?
Well, yeah, of course she doesn't need to. She's gonna
perfect.
She's gonna be a good lawyer. She's a good lawyer.
She's already a good lawyer.
Right. We haven't seen her lawyer at all, but we know, dude.
Her lawyering.
She was in the beginning of the show. She was standing in that law office. We just know just by the way she was standing. She's the best lawyer. We already know, and we're gonna see by the end of the episode how good she is.
Oh, she's great at the end.
Yeah.
So she drives away, and I feel for him, dude. He like really is trying to protect her. But I get it. Like, they have this relationship. It's kind of like dad and daughter, or, mentor protege.
Yeah, I just want to mention one thing. When she's driving the Jeep, I like how he gets stuck on, like, the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like in other movies, things that go into Hulk just crash into him.
Yeah.
And yet he's, like, hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
On the
like Thor, who's a literal god.
Yeah.
And he throws his hammer of God at the Hulk, and he catches it.
Yeah,
but
like,
this this Jeep Wrangler,
like from the 1970s.
right? It lifted him off the ground and launched him into some rocks.
I think it's because I think it's more about the driver.
They're not making her likable at all. She's just disrespecting a beloved character, and I still want to watch. Like, I'm still captivated. Like, I'm almost like sitting there going, like, I'm kind of rooting for somebody to take her down now.
Really?
You know what I mean? Because they almost built her up to be the villain.
Yeah. I actually, that makes me want to date her for some reason.
Yeah,
Is
Briggs
that weird?
does date the villains.
I like. Yeah. There's something about the way.
I mean, she's strong and confident. But
Dude, look at her walk, man.
Dude,
oh, gosh.
So confident, dude.
And see, she didn't get hurt there. She just flung some coconuts back at him.
Yeah.
And the way she just yells at men, it just does. I mean,
this whole show is almost playing off.
It's
like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's like a comic book movie.
Just seeing these two characters interact with each other, it's almost Nickelodeon at this point.
Where's the slime? We need some green slime.
Yeah, I mean, look at them. They just got to see they're eating the Cheetos with the chopsticks.
Amazing callback, bro.
Great callback, and also it's a great way to add organic product placement. Because Cheetos obviously has some affiliation here.
Where are the green Cheetos? Where's that limited run of green Cheetos for the show?
Oh yeah, that would have been
that would have been a great time.
What a missed opportunity!
Disney, you're sleeping
Especially
on that.
being
Come on.
meta, like
Yeah.
So they they make up after this little fight, which of course needed to happen. I'm sure everyone watching is like, "Oh, I gotta see She-Hulk and Hulk fight. It's gonna be so epic because we built these characters up so much now that I care to see them have like a little domestic brawl." And then we're caught up from the fourth wall that keeps happening, that keeps getting broken. And now that we're caught up, I'm excited to see some real like lawyer dialogue happen.
Dude, yeah, some lawyerings. Like, get me at it.
I was listening to this guy talk, and he didn't make any sense. These accidental deaths were an unfortunate byproduct of an ambitious expansion plan. So basically, what happened? And some casualties happened from a construction building going on, like maybe.
Yeah, I really don't listen to any other lawyers. Like, I only listen to her. So.
No, so yeah, what they did was they set up the scene really nicely. They said, she's like, I'm done learning how to be the Hulk because I already am. I'm gonna go back to lawyering, and then immediately she doesn't do that.
Yeah, and then she immediately goes into being a Hulk.
Yeah.
So
she stands up like she's about to talk, right? Because we've seen her
she's
standing.
About to talk right here,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and then just like the Kool-Aid Man, this thing comes flying through the wall and just derails this entire the She-Hulk attorney at law premise. The only thing we got out of this, folks, was a courtroom.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they should have renamed it She Attorney Hulk at Law. Like, that would have been more appropriate.
That's a better name for the show, dude. She Attorney Hulk
Get me
at
in the
law.
writing room, bro.
And
they need a man's voice.
She is look at this acting though. Like, is she pretending to be scared? Because she looks like she lost her balance. She's hiding there. If things are flying from the ground, you might want to get underneath something.
Yeah. First of all, worst hiding spot. The only critique of her, not a great hider.
Not the greatest hider.
Hides in the middle of the law room or whatever.
Yeah.
And then of course the lady that jumps in that seems to be an antagonist literally is dressed like a lucha libre. Like I was like
straight up.
I was like, I don't know what she is. And look at this. There's some struggle happening there for a while. If you look in the back, I mean, like, what are they doing?
Yeah, don't they have guns?
Like they're just kind of like, I mean,
doing the cha-cha slide.
Yeah. So here she comes into play. Everyone's judging her now, and even that, just none. There's zero weight. Like, I just am invested in nothing right now. There's really nothing I'm invested in. I don't even care about that table she threw. That could have hit anybody. I just
yeah. And then she would have had another lawsuit on her hands, which would have been good for business.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit too invested at this point, I think.
Oh. This scene.
Oh yeah, instantly win. The instant win.
I love that she instantly won.
Look at the Luke. She does the Luke.
The Luke, yeah.
She does the Luke Kane kick.
Yeah.
And
And then the one punch.
And one punch. Is that the end?
Dude, you don't need more than one punch.
And this was poetic because not only did we get a swift, satisfying fight, we also got a swift, satisfying look at what a courtroom looks like because we got to see the courtroom. Even though we didn't get to see any lawyering, we did get to see a courtroom, and there was a villain for a second. So we got to see a lot of that. That was very profound.
I want to know why the villain was there. Is there a reason behind that?
No, there's no reason.
Oh, we have a cutscene. We have a mid-scene.
We didn't see this.
Seen it.
Oh, we're seeing it.
So, all right. So she's a She-Hulk. She's a lawyer. I'm thinking this is foreshadowing. Maybe the next episode, or not foreshadow. This is more just like a sneak peek of what we're gonna get ourselves into.
Let's go, baby. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's
too.
see it.
Let's see what
Can't wait
happens.
for this.
We gotta see this.
Steve Rogers is not a virgin. He lost his virginity to a girl in 1943 on the USO tour.
Yes, I knew it.
You're not drunk?
Captain America. Fuck.
All right. Well, that's She-Hulk, folks.
Yeah.
Should you stream this?
Hey,
That's the question here. Is this a streamable show? I think definitely. Like I would stream it really hard.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to open the stream val all the way up because I think it's a full stream.
It's a full. This is a full flow, heavy. Like it's like once a month you have to stream this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
On a cycle.
The only question I have is it a good show or the best show? Like, I don't know where I'm going to land here.
Yeah. We got to do the IMDb. I'm ready, dude. I got a number.
Are you ready?
I got a number.
Hit us, baby. Give it to us, baby.
All right. Wait, should I guess too?
Yes.
You go first.
You go first.
I can't look.
JP's the worst on IMDb.
I know. I'm so bad. Okay.
All right. Rotten Tomatoes over here. We got
Mr. Tomato.
We got Mr. Tomatoes over here.
All right, so everyone knows we play the game, guess the IMDb, and I've been learning more about IMDb. They're a little bit more harsher, so I'm not trying to hate on the show by giving a low rating, but I'm going to say that She-Hulk probably got maybe, realistically, there's probably some people that like it, 4.2. I'm going to try 4.
He overcorrected.
low, my
I
friend.
knew he was going to do it. I knew he was
Oh,
going to
you
do
knew I
it.
was going to go too low?
Yes.
You guys know IMDb too well.
We do. I know
We do.
it so well.
We do.
right,
You want me to
so-
go next?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, look.
Okay.
I am going to give it, for the IMDb, a 7.3. But I think it's 6.9. But I'm going to give it a 7.3. First episode, it did what it
7.3?
needed to do.
Okay. So I personally would give it a 10.0 because I think it's perfectly, it's just the perfect show. Unfortunately, there's not enough people out there in the world that see perfect art. So I think they're going to give it a 8.1.
8.1. Wow,
Yeah.
that's really high.
Yeah,
I went
because-
so low.
I'm right.
You would have been right if you went with your first answer. 6.5.
Oh.
You were like really close.
6.9.
So I didn't
That's my
realize
first
so many people don't see
Really?
good
Only
art.
6.5?
6.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it meets the threshold. The threshold for anything worth watching is 6.5.
No, that's
6.5
false.
and above.
That's for movies. For shows, it's higher.
That's true. You know,
Well,
you're right.
Guys, that's our opinion. What's yours? Have you seen She-Hulk? Should we watch more of it? Let us know in the comments. And as always, we'll see you on the next
Stream this.